the top 5 best basketball movies of all time.
Yes. Yes.
And I have some good honorable mentions. You can go ahead and start with this one. But this list was actually tougher than I thought. I even changed my order a couple times because uh,
Yeah, this list was interesting because I don't have a lot of experience with basketball movies. I know there's a ton out there that are like really good, but I've never seen them before. So here's my top 5 of the basketball movies that I've seen that yeah, I'm actually going to make this list not about basketball at all. I'm just kidding.
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Number 5 for me is The Basketball Diaries.
Nice.
There's basketball in it, and this was the first time that we got to see Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg, I think, in like a really just a fucked up movie. It's
Yeah.
really, really a difficult watch because it deals with a lot of drug abuse and
I haven't seen it actually.
sexual abuse and very difficult upbringing. But Leonardo DiCaprio plays an amazing character, like a real life character. It's based on a true story. And he's a part of the basketball team, but then doesn't end up on the basketball team. But it's a really good watch if you're in the mood for depression and sadness.
Who's not?
So, yeah. And then number 4 for me is White Men Can't Jump. That was pivotal in my growing up. Being a white guy who played on a basketball team with mostly black guys. I don't know. I always felt like the one white guy, but I was never like really that good. So I couldn't be like the Woody Harrelson, but I always aspired to be this person. And it was really well done. Very funny, very in tune to the time period and the culture that was going on at the time. I thought it was really well done. Number 3 is Hoosiers, because it was, I mean, it's a classic movie. And what can you say about Hoosiers? Great film.
Yeah.
Number 2 might be a stunner for a lot of people out there, but it's Teen Wolf.
Nice.
Teen Wolf was one of the best, like,
when, at the very end, in the end.
He's got to shoot that free throw at the very end, but he's not the wolf. He's just himself. And what he had to do to make that free throw, that's number 2.
For sure.
One of the best movies ever. And anytime you have a chance to roof ride on a car, is money.
Yeah. Styles.
Number 1 for me is Hustle. Hustle. We talked about it before in previous things. I think it's the best basketball movie I've ever seen. I think the performances, not only by Adam Sandler, he should get awards for it. And I think that the everybody in the cast, because they were actual basketball players and not actors, but for me, because I don't know a lot of faces in the NBA, the fact that I thought that they were actors and not real players tells me everything I need to know about that movie. Really well done. Hustle, number 1.
Okay, and then we'll get into honorable mentions, but I'll give you my top 5. And my
good list, though, no?
Yeah, that's a great list. My number 5 is He Got Game. And, you know, I loved Spike Lee's direction in that. Denzel Washington, you know, with Ray Allen, it was excellent film. And
that's the one that I've always heard about, but I've never actually seen, and I've really regretted never seeing it.
Okay, well then I won't tell you the final scene, but all I'll say is they originally wrote it a certain way, and Denzel Washington was like, "No, I want to play Ray Allen in basketball," and they're really going at it, and it's awesome. But that's that's what makes it so great. Like it's you know, Spike Lee. You kind of mentioned it before with choosing between basketball players that can act versus actors that can play basketball, and Spike Lee. Why he chose Ray Allen was I can teach Ray Allen to act, but I can't teach, you know, somebody to play basketball the level that Ray Allen is. There's no tricks. There's no, like, they're playing, like he's playing actual basketball because it's Ray Allen.
I heard that Ray Allen just crushed in that movie.
Oh yeah. He's very good in it.
Yeah. And then you add Denzel to the mix. I mean, how is that not the number 5 for sure?
Yeah. My number 4, and I actually had this at number 2, and then I dropped it, is Teen Wolf, because I mean that movie is excellent, and I love that
So
movie.
good.
But I actually thought you'd rip me for putting it number 2, so I actually lowered
Oh
it.
man, that's my number 2.
But I'm okay with my list. I'm still okay with my list. My number 3, and I'm just shocked that you didn't put it on, Pete, but it's semi-pro. Will Ferrell is just so good in this film. I even bought the outfit and I wore that at work. My shorts were way too short, and it
You
was
know,
so uncomfortable.
I started watching Semi Pro a few months ago for the first time, and like I literally got like 30 minutes in and I turned it off and I was like, as much as I love Will Ferrell, I know there's going to be some sort of a payoff at the end. I couldn't get through it.
I mean, dude, it's just like any. What I've noticed with Will Ferrell films is honestly, the first time you watch it's probably going to be slightly underwhelming. It's not that good. Like I didn't even like Anchorman really the first time I watched it, but then when I watched the second time and the third time, like all the jokes really start marinating to the top. And
no, but yeah, I don't know. Semi Pro, maybe I'll try
dude, there's
again.
so many good jokes. There's so many good little layered jokes in it, and Will Arnett as the announcer who's like drinking the whole time. I mean, they just again, there's just so many great little cameos in it. Woody Harrelson's obviously in it as well. What's his face? Andre 3000 is in it. I mean, it's so good.
Who's better as an announcer, Will Arnett or Jason Bateman in Dodgeball?
Dude, that's like a Hall of Fame battle, but I'm gonna have to go Jason Bateman because Jason Bateman,
F&A Cotton.
yeah, it was just so out of like I mean, one he's a color versus the other guys, so it's not an apples to apples comparison.
We hadn't really seen Jason Bateman for a while up until
I don't think he'd really done comedy at that point. I think that was like one of his first comedic roles, so funny. And he's just this like stoner guy like announcing. It was so awesome. But yeah, Semi Pro is my number 3, and my number 2 is White Men Can't Jump, which for me, I think growing up, that was always like the number 1 basketball film. Even though I've learned more about the film as I got older, that there was a lot of camera tricks and stuff to make these basketball players good. But Woody Harrelson's a legit basketball player, and
that's a testament to the filmmakers, though. If you don't know
how
to make basketball look good, and
that's Ron Shelton
made it look great.
Ron Shelton is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, like sports movies director of all time. I mean, I believe it's White Men Can't Jump. It's Bull Durham. It's did he do Field of Dreams as well?
I don't know,
but he's known for just crushing those type of films.
It was executed really well. White Men Can't Jump. I think that's why it was so successful. I mean,
yeah, and the movie just wasn't about basketball too. Oh, Tin Cup. He did Tin Cup as well.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know you did Bad Boys too. Oh, that's great.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Blue Chips. He also did Blue Chip, Great White Hype, to name a few. Dark. Okay, so
what's number 1? I'm curious.
Oh yeah. And my number 1 is I'm with you, man. Hustle. I think Hustle came in and just changed the level for sports films, and I mean we put it on our sports films, both of us. And I think
Hustle crushed, man. It was such a good movie.
And I think the more we watch it, the more it'll continue to climb. I mean,
but there wasn't a lot of hype behind it too. It was like Hustle's coming out. It's about basketball and it's with Adam Sandler. I mean, that's really kind of what we were given. And then you watch it and you're like, oh my God, this is such a great film.
Yeah, that's just the Netflix model. They don't spend a ton of marketing because they don't need to. They already,
That's our job.
Well, yeah, that's our job. And
Go and see Hustle.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the best movies ever seen. If you love sports movies, so good.